Okay, so real quick and dirty. Press, push press, and jerks. Very similar movements, all of which involve taking the bell from a rack position into an overhead position. Now, important to note that typically the rack position, as well as your overhead position, orientation, positioning, is the same across all of the movements. Just because the way that you get there may be different doesn't mean that the principles behind how you create stability overhead or in the rack changes whatsoever. Press. Press is a movement dominated by muscular action. So I'm using the muscles of my arm to move the bell and the muscles of my torso to stabilize and create leverage for that to happen. I'm gonna take a breath. So I'm filling my lungs with air. I'm gonna brace my abdominals. And I'm gonna exhale when I get to the top. I'll throw another exhale when I get back down. So again, inhale, filling the lungs, brace through the abdominals, and drive up. Now, on that way up, we want to be careful that we're not deviating on the way there. So as I'm pressing up, I want to try not to overdo it on manipulating my body position if I don't have to. I want to make sure that the bell is not rotating my arm, right? You always want to be in control of the bell on this particular exercise. Contrary to a lot of our other movements like snatches, cleans, we don't really want to control the bell in those situations. We're sort of more along for the ride. But when it's a grind or a muscular action, sort of dominated movement, then we are in control of the weight. So in this case, you want to make sure that you're keeping that bell ready steady. Also, you'll notice that my feet aren't leaving the floor. Hopefully you can see that. So my heels don't come up or anything like that. Also, I'm trying not to lose my balance backward or anything like that. So there's no rocking at all in the feet, and there's no dipping and driving in the legs. So that brings us to push press. Push press, we have all the same tenets of the press, but we are adding in the legs. So I'm dipping through the legs, so I'm loading the muscles of the thighs, loading through there, and then driving up. And I'm taking advantage of that upward inertia and following through with the arm. So the legs get it started moving up, and then I'm carrying it the next little bit with the arm. So differences between the press and the push press, mainly the action of the legs. Now the difference between the push press and the jerk, in the jerk we're trying to take all muscular action more or less out of the upper body or out of the arm, at least in that transitional phase as we go from the rack to the overhead. We're using muscle action from the legs, that's going to dominate. But what's also happening is that, contrary to the push press, which is not very explosive, it's more of a controlled load and a controlled drive. The jerk, however, is explosive. And so with that, we are trying to incorporate a little bit of a jumping action. Difference between the press and the push press, we've got leg action happening on the push press, and the big difference between the push press and the jerk is that the jerk is more explosive, and those heels are actually leaving the floor. We don't need your whole foot to leave the floor. That's not to say that it won't happen, but we just need a little bit more oomph, and the heels coming up off the floor and you pressing through your toes and engaging your calves is going to be part of that action. Okay guys, so I hope that helps you to differentiate between press, push press, and jerks. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channels for more videos like this one. Thanks guys.